So as we wrap it up, I'm going to talk about what lead sources I personally think are the best, whether you're a new real estate agent or an agent who's been in the business for a few years, but your business hasn't been going well for you. And I'll start with the worst for me would be farming. Farming, sending hand mails out. That is slow. It's almost like a dinosaur. It's dying, back when people were older and they used to get the little valve packs on the mail to go to the grocery store and get all the coupons. That used to really work, because when they go get the valve pack, they see a mail of a Realtor, they take his magnetic business card, put it on their refrigerator, and then they'll call you at some point. That is almost a dying breed. It still works to the sense that I have gotten calls from that, but it is very slow, and there are more faster and proven ways in the modern day where technology is there and you can instantly contact people. So farming, I would have to put all the way at the bottom. And once again, there are way more lead sources, such as working with banks, and then you become a real person where they give you their foreclosed properties to sell. There are investors, there are other websites, there's a Facebook, there's social media, there's YouTube, there are all these things, content creation, TikTok. You got agents who live off of those. I'm just talking about my business and what has worked for me. I do YouTube, as you can see right here. And for me, YouTube has been used as a tool to solidify my status as an agent, right? Not only do I have resumes and houses that I've sold now, but YouTube videos come handy when I get a question from a client. I do answer them, and I send them a video like, hey, check this out. When they ask me about the Maryland Mortgage Program, I can just send them a video. Hey, this is what I know about the Maryland Mortgage Program. Here, links, but check this video out that I did. You can watch it on your spare time. Or first-time home buyer, home seller. So these videos kind of go hand in hand. And they also are marketing material. When I farm, when I call, when I email, I tag in a YouTube video. So that's how I've used them to help my business. But they haven't given me a business, just somebody searching online, find me and call me. I haven't received that. I've possibly have, and I don't know, because I get leads through my websites, and maybe they originated from YouTube. I don't know. But I still do them. So there are business models, but the ones that have worked and haven't worked for me, farming is one that it can work, but it's slow. The next one I would say would possibly be door knocking. Door knocking, once again, I built some rapport. I just couldn't do it. It was too time consuming. You knock on doors. Sometimes people are in there, don't want to open. Same with me. If I don't know you're coming, you knock on my door, I may not open. So door knocking, it's not my thing. Once again, this goes to what you are most comfortable with. Door knocking is not my thing. Why go drive around, burn gas, walk in the heat, knock on 5 doors? In the time I'm doing that, I can possibly sit on the phone and call 100 people. If the goal is to talk to people, I can do it faster. But door knocking is the most effective because you get face to face with people, right? But slow, same as farming, which is hand mailing material out. Slow. They can be used to complement. For instance, for me, farming can be used to complement. If I have already spoken to you, I can farm you now and send you material and stay connected. Third, from the bottom, I would say, is Realtor.com. Didn't close anything with them. Surprisingly, I put in some more money because I feel like they have a model that can work. I did get a lead that was pretty solid. Unfortunately, he didn't move. That's nothing I can do about that. He was considering it, and I'm still, going to keep farming and working with that. And then even recently that I got back on Realtor.com about a month ago, I've already had one or two solid leads. One of them is already listed, but I don't think their current agent is doing the job. So they reached out to me on Realtor.com. And when I spoke to them, I didn't even know the house was listed. It's just I went to make a CMA form and I'm like, oh, you guys have listed already. Yeah, but I said, well, I can't really solicit your business legally if there's a listing there. But if you ask me personally, I think you guys are overpriced. I would love to take the listing, but I see a house that is double your square footage. It's a very nice neighborhood, but it's sold for $5,000 less than you guys are listing right now. And it's right around the corner from you. Multiple houses have sold that are double your square footage that are not going for as much as you are asking. That's just my personal opinion. But you do have a contract right now. If you want to move forward in the future, I'll be happy to talk to you. But so Realtor.com, I have a good feeling with, but it just hasn't translated yet, right? But you can kind of see the lead quality. I can work with this. Redfin, as I mentioned, would be very decent because I've closed multiple deals. I got one under contract from Redfin now. I got 2 or 3 potential buyers this year that are all Redfin contacts. So Redfin is decent. It's just, as I mentioned, they have their agents, which I wholeheartedly believe get the big deals. And you may be a bottom feeder and a scavenger, just getting what trickles down from their Redfin agents. So for me, it's complimentary. I wouldn't put all my eggs on that. I would never advise any agent at all to put all their eggs on one lead source anyway. But Redfin does its job for me. It trickles down. I get what I can get from them. But I got to pay them a lot of money when we do close, up to 33% or even higher based on the price of the house. But that is a model that works. Just be ready to go chase a lot of unqualified buyers, if I may. People that are buying $100,000 houses, $80,000 houses. Is it really worth it in this area when you can do other lead sources? And for instance, when I target a certain amount. I don't go higher than I've done, and I don't go lower. I'm in a nice price range, you understand? But Redfin now, like I mentioned, the quality of the leads, you get a bunch of no good ones and you get 1 or 2 good ones, but it has worked. It's up there. Next one would be my sphere of influence. As I mentioned, every single year, 1 or 2 deals come from people I know. Has always happened. And I would always recommend, it's the cheapest one for a new agent. They trust you already. They know about you already. Always work your phones, work your sphere. Second on my list would be Vulcan 7. And Vulcan 7 really can be number 1. On my list, it's just that the same thing that has plagued every agent plagues me, and I want to get better at it. It's like you lock in, you get the leads, then you get so much business that you cannot continue working on your business. So the next step for me would be probably hiring an assistant. I've had 1 or possibly 2 assistants over time, but they're not necessarily paid, as in hourly. You may pay them in whatever way you want to pay them, but it's not structured, so it goes up and down. They have more important things to do sometimes, And that is where I now get a bunch of deals under contract, and I'm working to see those deals through rather than working on generating leads. And then the Vulcan 7 goes up and then down. But I feel as though if I can get an assistant to handle the back end of things for me, Vulcan 7 would be number one on my list, because I can track it. If I make these amount of calls, I'm going to get these amount of deals. It's just that I don't have the support system sometimes to do the back end things. I want to see it through myself, because there's a learning curve in training some assistants. You tell them to do things, or even tell them to edit videos or whatever it may be, and you see the quality is not there. So I got to make sure I see it through. Just for the client, my reputation is on the line. And while I focus on that, I lose a little steam on the prospecting side. But Vulcan 7 has always worked for me every year I've used it. Number one that I am not actually using right now, but I got 10 deals from them, would be Zillow. Very expensive, but in a good buyer's market can work. It's just very, very expensive. I remember the neighborhood I was doing was almost $1,600 a month to get the high quality leads. And you do close 500,000, 550, 900, whatever it may be. This neighborhood here was a very solid neighborhood. Actually, the neighborhood I live in, all the houses are over 480 on average, but you're going to pay that $1,600 a month. And then when it does close, it may be 13,000 plus. So it's worth it. But when you go into a year like last year, when the interest rates are through the roof and nobody's buying, Zillow still wants that $1,600 a month. So what I recommend for anybody doing Zillow is constantly check on a monthly basis how many leads you're getting and how many are you converting. Change your zip codes if they're available zip codes, but don't keep pouring out money that you're not getting. Be on top of it. Give them a call like, hey, I've been paying this much, I'm not getting leads. You know, let's see what's going on with that, and try to rearrange your zip codes that you're working with. Well, I hope that has worked. I would say number one that has worked for me, that I wouldn't think is number one, is Zillow. Number two would be Vulcan 7. If I can consistently work on it, I would put Vulcan 7 before Zillow, just because of the cost and systematically how that can work. Number three would be my sphere of influence. Number four would be Redfin. Number five would be Realtor.com. Number six would be farming. And number seven would be door knocking. You can swap those two. All right. Well, I hope those worked for you. Thanks for checking out the channel. Please leave a comment down below as to where you do business and what's your favorite lead source. I would like to know. Thank you very much.
Your ultimate hub for real estate insights, breaking news, entrepreneurial wisdom, investing strategies, and self-development hacks. If you're ready to expand your mind and stay ahead of the game floor, you're in the right place. Subscribe now. Your future self will thank you.